It is Monday of this week, and I'm busy. I've been busy all day working on basically a video edit. Got my week planned out, identifying what my most important tasks are, and then have been jumping into this edit for my current client. Anyway, that has been my Monday.
The trees are budding.
It is a beautiful Tuesday morning in the Park Hill neighborhood. This week, I have it doesn't feel like a whole lot of work to do, and yet it is a lot of work to do. I have a set of videos that I need to edit for my current client. In the middle of doing that, I've also got a website to update for him and some stuff to like cross-pollinate on Facebook. So on top of that, I'm still trying to get my business going. So right now, the top of the line stuff is to get started on my marketing and to get my LLC done. Things that won't necessarily take a lot of time, but just still need to be done.
Oh yeah, last few edits are gonna put me within my 90-second target.
Now I get the fun job of trying to find music.
I actually just found this like in the last 5 minutes. This was a piece that I had already picked, but didn't think it was working. This one sounds like really like, oh my gosh, there's a big set of problems. This is awful. This is horrible. And this one sounds like, oh, we have a hopeful, like this is okay. This will be all right. When you're talking to people about, hey, this is a problem, this is how bad it is, this is what we're up against, then you need music that makes people feel like there's a problem. And then when you're telling them that there's a solution, you want them to feel hopeful. And so that's a different kind of music. Music is a really vital tool to use in editing. And I actually love this process of being like, okay, this piece is here, this piece is there, and then getting them to blend together.
This actually leaves me at a really great stopping point. Technically, I have another 30 minutes on my current work block, but I'm going to stop now before I start audio mixing, because that's going to be like a whole other headspace. That way I can come back to this with fresh eyes and hopefully get this knocked out here in the next couple hours.
There she be rendering. Now that's on its way to my upload site. I can send this off to Steve, and now I can move on to other things that I need to do. Oh, look at this. Here comes the rain. Da, 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 da.
I hate days like today. It's raining out. It doesn't feel like I have anything that is like marking my day. Like I don't have a thing that I have to get done by 5 o'clock like I did yesterday. So the reality is that I do have things to do. I need to finish coordinating out some details for next week's Creative Mornings. And I really need to figure out how to get my LLC set up. I have 2 different lawyers that have now come out of the woodwork. There's one that I talked to back in the end of February, beginning of March about setting up an LLC. He quoted me his price. You know, it didn't seem unreasonable. And then my current client is actually a lawyer. It's part of why he's qualified to run for city council. And he's also does LLCs, and his price is like 1/3 of what the other guy is. And so now the question is, can I get my client to also be my lawyer for my LLC? And if he is, then how do I make that happen? Because I need to have that finished, and I need to have my entire application into downtown Denver to get my business on the mall by next Thursday. And that is kind of freaking me out because I still need like the LLC. I need to get a website done, which shouldn't take too long. And I need to get my marketing strategy at least percolating so that it's one of those things where it's like, look, I have something going. This is not just like coming out of, out of nothing. I will have a customer base. So yeah, I'm trying really hard not to freak out. I've just finally reviewed the brand guidelines for snapshots from my graphic designer. We have everything squared away and finished, and oh my gosh, this looks hella rad. I cannot wait to start implementing this, and it's kind of just giving me like that, oh, I want to do this now push to get the marketing things that I need to get done today off the table. And, when you start feeling like something's tangible and you feel like there's actually some progress, all of a sudden, you know, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and you're willing to be like, okay, fine, I'll do the things that I know that I need to do today, even though it feels like I have no clue how to do the things that I need to do today. I just got off of a 2.5-hour phone call with one of the other people that's working on the marketing campaign for my current client, for Steve. I was not expecting that call to take that long, and it just took a serious chunk out of my afternoon. So yeah, so much for enthusiasm. I need to go breathe. I need to go take my dog out. Go enjoy the snow. Yes, the snow.
Snow.
After taking a little break and playing with the dog, I went through some photos that I took on my phone of my Instax camera. So I decided that I was going to start working on my website for snapshots, just kind of doing layout, trying to get some copy written down because I've just been putting it off forever. I was talking to Robo about this idea, and so he got out this index card and he made me a whole little web layout thingy like this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to use the blocks and stuff like that and try and put things together and use it kind of use it as at least a guideline to help me figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be writing for this. But in the process of that, I found an interesting thing that I tucked in the back of my folder that has all of my snapshot stuff in it.
I'm a big fan of leaving notes for yourself, and so I left myself this giant note in the back of my folder that is basically a promise to myself about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because quite frankly, as this says, it scares me. This idea is bigger than anything else I've done so far with my life. It feels like sending in my application to SIM, talking with Jeff about the Power Edit, filing my trade name for Renegade, pitching prov for the Tom Gamble project, hitting publish on my book, speaking at Creative Mornings, speaking at NAB, asking Seth my question, Seth as in Seth Godin, landing the DRM Decoding Conflict project and pulling it off on time, every time I stare down a massive skate bowl. So, if you can push yourself to do and try all of those scary and risky things, then you can do this. Promise me, Rachel, that you will see this through, success or failure, yes or no, do or do not. Promise me you will do what it takes to give it your best and full shot, everything. Do not hold back, promise me, Rachel, to myself.
Reading this right now was kind of like, you know what, as much as I have all this scary stuff that's staring me down, like trying to nail down my LLC, trying to get my marketing online, trying to do my website, and getting interrupted by a 2.5-hour phone call, you know what, I'm still going to try, I'm still going to push forward, and I'm still going to give it my best shot, and it's because I promised my future self months ago that I was going to do it. It's a beautifully sunny and snowy day here in Denver. It's about 30 degrees. Yesterday it was 70. No, Tuesday it was 70. Today I have to make up for lost time that I had yesterday with my big long meeting that wasn't supposed to happen. I also need to get some of that work done that was laid out in that meeting. Thankfully, none of it is particularly long to do, but I'm saying that now, and just you watch. It's going to take me all day just to get those 10 things done.
Radar, what are you doing under my desk? As long as you're happy down there. I'm getting back into work, and the first thing that I need to do is take all of the content that is in all of these emails and collate it so that I know what the heck I'm doing. That way nothing that is in here gets missed. What I normally do is print everything out on paper, and then I can just strike through it with a pen. My goal is to get this done as fast as possible so then I can move back on to the things that I was supposed to do yesterday. I decided to take my own advice and take a break. I just finished all of the web stuff for my client's website, which is great. Now the next thing is to go in and make a couple of tweaks to his video, which won't take long, but I realized that the headspace for editing code is very different than the headspace for editing. And it's a fantastically gorgeous day. Like, all of the snow is pretty much gone by now. Colorado sunshine. And so it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go outside, take the dog for another walk, do some more of that self-care that I'm desperately needing to get better at. And Mount Evans is behind those clouds over there somewhere.
It is Friday. It is the day to catch up on everything that did not happen this week, and as a result, my list is kind of long. I have to accept the fact that I'm not going to get it all done, but at least with the list in place, I can start prioritizing. Priorities are getting Instagram done, at least like partially plotted out for snapshots, working on some sort of a website design, at least mapping out like what do I want it to look like. I have an email to fire off to Steve, the lawyer, about my LLC. That application is due in on Thursday this coming week, and that is less than 6 days away. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that right now, as much as I'm trying to. Not having the LLC done is really like the big problem. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that yet.
Progress. This is not my actual website. This is just a layout of how I'm thinking I want things to be. Well, that is a really nice look of things that I have gotten done. I want to write out a more formal business plan just so that it looks nice and neat for when I submit my application. I've not been able to get a hold of Steve about my LLC yet, but we will move forward with that when I can. I've got coffee tomorrow down in Hilltop at Novo, and there's also a couple options for what we might do tomorrow. Either go skate up in Boulder, which depends upon the weather, or hit up a local independent comic book festival that includes also zine artists, which I'm really excited about. But in terms of my week, let me get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at right now. There's still a bunch of things like over here that's not done, and I gotta change some of this up in relationship to these things, but yeah, overall this has been a pretty good week. So, Robo, do you think we're going to go to Boulder tomorrow?